Welcome back. So, as we have already seen, in today's video, we are going to do data fetching in Next.js 13. So the concept we are going to be building, I just got it from this website called Jumia. As you can see on their website, and this is how most of the e-commerce works. They always have these categories, and then if you look at this, there are these all these categories you can see on their homepage. Okay, there are these categories you can see on their homepage, and then there are these products you can see also on their homepage. So I want us to try to implement, first of all, we fetch categories, we display them onto the UI, and then we also fetch products, we show them onto the UI, and then we shall also continue. If you click, for instance, on of these any of these categories, you see they take you to a category page whereby they fetch more products within that category. Okay, so we are going to see how to implement this also in Next.js 13. And then again, we are going also to fetch products. When you click on this product, and then it takes you to the detailed page as we have already seen. Okay, so let's just jump in. So we are going to use this fake API. There is this fake API called plus the fake store API. Okay, plus the fake store API, and this API allows at least to do your e-commerce website prototype. Okay, so you can just come here and click on view docs. I'm just going to leave this link in the video description, so you'll find it down there and you can see this. So when you go to view docs, they have all these API endpoints ready for you to test out. Okay, they really have a nice endpoints that you can use. They have products, they have categories, users, files, and all those things. Okay, so what you're going to start with is going to be the design. And by the way, I did for you most of the things, the concepts we are going to cover. I made a blog. I also leave this blog in the description, and most of the things we are going to do they're into this blog. Okay, so that you can have a physical reference of what we are going to be doing. Okay, yeah, I spent more time preparing this. Okay, so it is going to be in the description and you can use it as your reference. Okay, thank you so much up to now. If you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, please subscribe so that we continue making good content for you. And most of my viewers, they call me appreciating me most of the times, and they always download the video instead of watching it online. Please, first of all, make sure you have subscribed, and then you also view the video online. That is the only way you can support me. Okay, so that we can continue making content for you. So having said all this, I'm just going to go back to our app, and in just for some reason, if you did not watch how we made these parts up to this point, please check that. Please just check into the playlist. Make sure you are following exactly the way the playlist goes, so that you don't actually get lost. Okay, so we built in our previous episodes, we built all this and we learned a lot of Next.js concepts while we are doing all these things. Okay, so in today's video is a special one because we are not building something which is part of this website. I felt like a lot of people asked me about data fetching and most especially even my students, they wanted data fetching so fast. I had to first show you how to do data fetching, and then we'll resume with this part in the next episode. But in today's episode, we are just going to concentrate on data fetching in Next.js, and we are going to implement that thing as I've already showed you. Okay, so we are just going to come into this project. What we are going to do will not mess up with our home page. What we will simply do, I will create another route that I called products. Okay, I'm just going to say maybe products and categories. I don't know what I will just call that one. So let me just go first call create another page. So inside here in the app route, okay, this is our page.js, which is the home page, and then I'm just going to create two new routes. Okay, I'm just going to create two new routes. First of all, let me just create a new route. I can just simply create a folder here, and let's create a new route called maybe let's just say store. I'm just going to create another one called store. Actually, just going to create another one called store, and inside the store, I'm just going to create a new page.js. Okay, I'm just going to create page.js just like so, and inside here I'm just going to say RFC. Okay, React functional component, and you can remove React from top here. Okay, you can remove React from top there, and then we have this. So I'm just going to create this, and I'm just going to leave as Next.js fragments. And by the way, you can also use these fragments, or if you're not comfortable with it, just simply maybe call it a div. And then inside this div, I'm just going to have two sections. Okay, I'll have two sections, and one section is for all categories. So here we are going to see all our categories, and then in another section, okay, in another section we are going to see all our products. Okay, all our products, just like so. Okay, we have these two divs, these two sections, the categories. Okay, we have the categories. I'm just going to put this link onto these ones. So simply go to our navbar. Let me just first scroll some of these things. Let me just go to our navbar. Inside the components navbar, I'm just going to add one more link down here. Okay, I'll just add one link, and it will be store. Okay, it will be store. So this store is one which will be containing all products and categories. I'm just going to come here, and I will simply click on store, and it should take us onto the store, and you can see the store is here. We are seeing all categories and all products on the screen. So the first step might be just actually implementing the UI. Okay, just simply implement the UI here, so that you are sure you are done with that. So on the UI, I'm just going to come here, and I give it we already have a different background. If you check where is our app, we already have a different background, which is already good. And then I'm just going to make this section, okay, this category section, I'm just going to go and give it give it a background of white. Okay, I'm just going to call here another CSS. So in the styles, I'm just going to create a new partial file, and I'm just going to call it store, okay, .scss, and I'm just going to come here and bring it into main so that we do not forget it. I'm just going to put it inside here of main. If you still have issues with, we called it what? We called it store. Okay. Now in the store, the first thing I want is what do I want to do? I want to give them a background of white, okay, and I don't want them to have all this. I'm just going to change the min height. So inside, let me first close some of these pages, the ones we do not need. We do not need navbar, main, and even hero. We do not want those ones. Let's go back to this store page. So here I'm just going to create this first is not sections. First of all, it is section. I'm just going to give a class name, and the class name I'm just going to give is going to be category section, category, okay, section. And then this one I'm just going to give it class name product section, okay, product section. The only thing I want to do with category, I want to give them a min height. So in these categories, I'm just going to give them a background color. First of all, just give them a background color of white, okay, and then I'm just going to say min height. Min height is going to be 50 view, not min width. I want min height, and I want to make it 50 view height, just not very tall. Let's see what is going to look like. Okay, yeah, it is already just looking nice. Okay, it is already looking nice. And maybe to put some difference, it looks like the part of their stuff. I'm just going to give it, let me give it a border top of 4 pixel solid blue. Okay, I'm just giving it just a line on top there so that we separate it from the header. Okay, so here we are going to display our categories the way they are shown here. Okay, the way they are shown in this here. So the first thing, I'm just going to create a component, okay, a category card component. I'm just going to create a category card component that is going to come inside this section. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do the category card. Okay, so let me just come here and inside the components, I'm just going to go here and I do a component called category card. Okay, category card dot JS X, and let's just do RFC. Okay, and you can remove this here, just as simple as that. So into the category card, first of all, this one is going to be a link, so want them to be clickable, and I'm just going to get it on top here from next link, and it's going to have href. Okay, for now let's put a hashtag, and then inside it has only the image. Okay, inside it has only the image and the name. Inside it has the image and the name. So I'm just going to come here just going to come here and I give it the two things. First of all, I'm just going to create a div called category image. Okay, I'm just going to call it category image. And then moving on, and then I'm just going to put the image. I'm just going to put the image just like that. Okay, and the image takes in a lot of attributes. The first one, I'm just going to give it src, which I will just put here. Another one is going to be alt tag. Okay, and next is going to be fill. So I want it to be fill, to take the fill effect, and then down this image category image, I want to have maybe h4, and this here I'm just going to put the title of the category. So here I'm just say category title. Okay, and it seems my internet has gone off. Let me see if I can put it back. Okay, so moving on, I'm just going to get here an image, and then I use it. I don't know if internet is back. Okay, internet is okay. So I'm just going to come here and I get one of these images. Okay, you don't really have to be any of these, just for testing purposes. Let me see if I can see the image. Okay, so I'm getting here the image. Just simply save this image. I'm just going to save it in downloads. I'm just going to say category. I'm just going to save it as category. After all, we are going to be getting those images from the API. For now, let me just go inside this folder, get it, and then we just simply use it. I'm just going to copy like that, and then just simply go to public folder, reveal in file explorer, and then inside the public, I'm just going to paste this image there so that we can just use it for now. Okay, and what is more weird on that image, what I did not notice is that it has even written computing on it. Wow, so they did not even put it there like that. Okay, don't do this, guys. Don't do this. Okay, don't do this, putting your images and designing them just like this due to search engine optimization issues. This one can't be searched right now, but first we're just going to put the image. Actually, I will just use one of these images which are here, I guess. Or let me just get here phones. Okay, just let me just search something here we can use as an image for now. Just click on images. Okay, so just use any of these, it doesn't matter which one. The only thing, so long as it can represent phones, let's just use this one. It is too huge, but it's okay. So you can just download, just actually download, save image. I'm also going to call it category again. Category, the other one was the PNG. Okay, so it is here. Go here. I'm just going to cut it this time. Go to this folder where we have our project inside here. Okay, so the image is there. It is a WebP. So I'm just going to come here on the image. I put slash, and it will be slash category category dot webp. So this is the format webp. This is the format of the image here. Okay, so it is webp, and then in the alt tag I'm just category. Okay, and then it has this field, so we have to work onto this one. But first, let's bring this. We bring this into our category page. So I'm just going to get this category card, go back to store page. So here in the store, I want to, as we have this category section, we have the categories inside here. I'm just going to come here, put a title. I'm just going to put type all categories in, I think I just put in H2 maybe. H2 I'm just going to say all categories. Okay, and then down I'm just going to put here a div dot categories. Okay, here I'm just going to create categories, and then inside here I'm just going to have a category card, which I'm just going to right now import from the stuff this side. So get it from here on top, make sure you have imported it carefully up here, and then let's do that. And we can just, for styling purposes, we can put many of them so that we see. Okay, I'm just going to put like 4 of them, just like that. And let's go to the page. Let's just go to the page and we wait. So okay, link is not defined, and I like the way these errors are coming so that you see. So link, we did not wait, and they're saying link is not defined. I saw it here, we have it. Yes, it is the image, not link. Image is not defined. So the image, it has also to be imported from Next.js. So simply click on it and you can tap control spacebar. So if you just do control spacebar, is going to suggest for you where to import it from, and you can click on image just like that, and this error now should go. Let's wait and see. Okay, so we have the category titles. The images are not there simply because they have come. I think we have to work on the images to see that they are not this huge. Okay, so I'm just going to start by going to these categories. Okay, in the store here, I'm just going to have a div for categories. So categories is the div, or is the element that is holding all the categories. So I'm just going to say display grid. So I'm just going to use display grid, and let's give them a gap of 1 rem, and let's go and say grid template rows, grid template columns actually, and the first one is going to be repeat and auto fit. So you're just going to use this technique of auto responsive. So here is auto fit, comma, and then here we say min-max. So it is min-max, and then in the min-max we are going to specify something like let's just say 13, or let's just say do maybe 13 rem, and then comma 1 fr. Okay, if you have not used this technique before, is this one is making the cards responsive. Okay, and for these ones, since there are few, we can even give them 10. Okay, just something like this. So this one is going to be responsible for making the category cards responsive. And now let's just see this in the category card. This link, I'm just going to give it a class name. of category card. Okay, I'm just going to give this one a category card. Okay, so inside the here we have the category card dot category card, and this category card, what we want from it most especially is to give it, so this image, since it has fill, we have to make its container, which is this category image, we have to give it a position. Okay, so I'm just going to give it position. So inside here we have dot, let me just copy the class, guys, just to get used to copying the class. I'm going to copy this class here, Ctrl C, and in the store let me just paste this category image. The most thing you have to give it is position relative, and the image in it is already the image inside. The only thing we want to give it is width to be 100%. Okay, I want this one to be 100%. Okay, and then the border, not border, height, so height is also 100%, and let's give it object fit cover, just like that. And then on top here, this one, let's also give it width and height, so give it width of 100%. Okay, and height, we want also to fill height of 100%, like to fill the whole card. And now for the card itself, we also want to give it position relative, so that this h2 that is there will also position it. There is this h4, so I'm just going to target h4, so leave this one alone. I want to use this h4. Okay, and this h4, I'm just going to give it also position absolute. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it top 50%. Okay, and I'm just going to give it left also 50%. Okay, and let's check how whatever we are having here. Okay, so we have the stuff, but the images have gotten lost. Okay, so on this, let's give this one a height of something like 50 pixels. Okay, let's see 50 pixels if the image they can show up. Okay, so our images are actually showing up with category title. I'm monitoring this first one. So to this section, as if we don't have padding. Okay, so it is actually on the categories. Let's go and give padding, and I'm just going to use the padding that was given by the section padding, and I see if that one looks much better. Okay, so they look good. And we have all the images, 1 2 3 4. We have 4 cards, and you can see them there. So I want to make the h4 white, so you just see here color white. Okay, and this one, let's give this one width of 100 pixels, height of 100 pixels, and we see how it looks like. Okay, that is good enough. So we can just, if we wanted this to be really in the center, we can translate this h4. We can just do translate. Okay, transform translate. Okay, so we can translate for x. Let's say try negative 50%. Let's just say comma 50%. For the height, let's first leave y alone. Let me put 0. We first see x, if it can move it to the center horizontally. So there's nothing happening here. Transform, translate. Okay, I can first specify x. Transform, translate x, and let's just say 50%. Okay, so it is not 50 but just negative 50%. So once translated to the center horizontally, okay, that is great. And for the height, we can just leave it there, but if you so wanted, we can just put here comma and let's put 0, or you can also put 50%. Let's first see if you put 50%, it pushes it down, so it is also negative 50%. So just transform, translate negative 50%, negative 50%. If you have also used the left, so you can see now it is in the center and it is clickable. Now we can just give this one some background. Okay, so let's give it some background color of black. Okay, let's give it some background of color of black, just like so. Now we could just go ahead and give it some little padding so that it looks nice. Top and bottom, let's say 1 rem. Okay, just keep with 1 rem, and we see that is too much. Let's say 0.5 rem. Okay, that is good enough. Okay, so we have the categories, we have their titles. Of course, you could just come here and reduce the transparency here so that it is seen through. You can just go ahead and do that, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now. Okay, you can just go ahead and do more styling. The only thing I'm just going to do is giving it border radius so that it looks nice. So on the category card, I'm just going to give first of all overflow hidden, and then let me give a border radius of 10 pixels. Okay, let's see how that one looks like. Okay, they are looking great. So categories, we are done with the categories. Okay, we are done with the categories. I can just work on the products. Okay, I'm just going to go to the page. We are done with categories. Now the next one is the products, and I'm just going to do the same thing here. I will have just going to copy this, okay, up to down here. So we'll also have the product card. So just to do this, and here I'm just going to put a div of products. Okay, and here you can just put all products. Okay, all products, just like that. And here instead of category card, you're going to put a product card. Let's first go and create that one. So in the fabric, here in the components, I'm going to create a new file. I'm just a category, not category, product. Sorry guys, product card dot JSX. So you can first design the UI instead of starting fetching data and then you design the UI later. You can start with the UI because it is easy. I'm just going to simply copy some things here already. Just go inside the product card and let's paste this. Okay, and then what I'm just going to change is this one is going to be the product card, and then we're also going to put it inside the link, and then this one I'm just going to call it product. Wherever there's product, I'm just going to call it here I'm just going to say product. But for the image, let's leave it at category. We use the same image. Okay, so here we have product image, we have product card, and the first thing on top is going to be the name of the this. Okay, it's going to be the image, and then we can put the title, product title, and then the price. So that's the only difference here. Is going to have also price, just like not just like that. We're just going to have here a p tag for price, and just say how many dollars, 20, maybe $30, just like that. Now what we have to work on, of course, is this product image to make sure it fits in. And the title, this time we do not need them to do like what we did in the category. So I'm just going to copy this card. So we have, first of all, in the page we have here products. So let me just go to store here. So I just want to duplicate these categories because they will be somehow similar. We change some of the things. Okay, so first of all, this one is going to be products, and this is how you can code faster. Don't waste time. Just simply, if you are going to reuse classes or use some things, just simply copy them and move on faster. So I'm just going to first of all change this one to something like 18 rem. Okay, I want the products to be bigger. Okay, you can also just keep it at the same, like maybe 14. And then this one is the product card. So we have product card. Okay, inside the product card everything remains the same. Okay, then we have here product image. Let's also do everything the same. What changes is this: the h4, we do not want it to do all these things here. Okay, just simply remove everything you have here. We can leave there maybe padding. Okay, we can just leave padding for this case. We do not want it to be that. So if I check right now, let's check if there is anything in the here. We are going to bring this as product card. Okay, and let's also have many of them like so. Let's see what happens this side. On the store. Okay, still have some things to show. Let's just go back. Let me go back here in the in the product card. Okay, so we have this product card, and then we have product image. This is product title. Let's go back also to the styles and we cross check everything. Okay, so it is not in the category section. Okay, so we are in another section, which is the section of product section. Okay, so we are in the product section. Okay, and let's see now if everything changes. Okay, so yeah, so you can see now we have here a different thing here. Okay, we have a different thing, and also the price. So here where we put padding, let's also put it on the p tag. So I'm putting a comma there so that this one also has the same like padding. I don't think there is a need of that padding anyways. Let me just first come here, and I want just to make h4 maybe. Okay, let me first leave them here, and then just change color to black. There is actually here dark color dark. Okay, I'm just going to change these titles, and then what else I can change is the background of the card. Let me change here the product card. Okay, what we can just simply do is we can change the background of this section, background color, and let's look at these variables. We get another nice color. Okay, so I'm just going to choose orange. Let's first look at that. Okay, so since it is orange, we can make this cards to be white. Okay, and this one can even be more orange towards red. I'm just going to come here to the product card and just going to give it a background color of white. Okay, and let's just see what happens. Okay, so those are the products, and they are so much clickable. Okay, they are also clickable. Now for these still these h4, let me just put them in the center text, align center for now, to avoid these padding issues you're seeing here. Okay, so that is great. That is great. And let me just give them some small padding anyways. So top and bottom, let's say 3.3 rem. Okay, on the sides, let's say 0.5 rem. Okay, just give them some small padding. So you can always first spend some good time designing your UI the way you want. Okay, just design your UI. If you are very specific, I'm just going to keep with this design. I'm very okay with the design here. Okay, I'm very okay with the design. Not necessarily I come up with this very one, but at least this one is going to work for us. Okay, now that we have the UI done, the only thing that is remaining is fetching data and putting it into these places. So to go to data fetching, let me first drop this here. First of all, let me also minimize components. So first of all, just go to this app here in the app folder. Let's create a libs folder, libs, or you can just call it libs or lib, whatever. But this is like for libraries, external libraries or something. So this place is going to contain all our functions that are going to help us fetch the data from the API. So the API is here right now, and one first fetch categories. Okay, and if I just go to click on categories, my data seems like my internet is off. Let me try to fix that. See if I can just get back online. Okay, I'm just back online. Okay, we are good. So here there is this categories. So get this endpoint here. Okay, so if I get this endpoint, this is endpoint that you can access, and they tell you you can access, they have 5 categories, so you can just access all these categories on this endpoint. I'm just going to simply copy it and go on this next tab and then paste it there. Okay, so it will show you actually these tabs. And if you're wondering how my stuff are showing really nice like this, you have to install a Chrome extension called JSON viewer. So just install this Chrome extension. I guess is this one. There is online JSON viewer, and then there's this JSON. Just install this one which says JSON viewer. I guess is the one I installed. Let's see. Yeah, so please install this extension here called JSON viewer, so that when you are viewing your data from the API is readable. Okay, so you can see mine is really readable. Okay, so just install this extension and then we move on. So if you see here, I have my categories. If I zoom in somehow, you will see that each category has an ID, it has a name, has an image, has a created art and updated art. The only things we want the ID, we want the name and the image. You want these 3 things from it. Okay, so how do we fetch these things? First of all, get the endpoint here, copy the endpoint. First of all, let me just copy the endpoint here. Okay, and just go to the libs folder here and create a function that is going to fetch. Let's first create a file which is a get categories, just like that, .js. Now this one is not going to be, as you can see, it is having a function, a file name is going to be the same as the function here. So you just say export default, okay, function. So you can say export default function, and the function name is not the endpoint, is get. So you make sure the name you named here is the name you are putting here. So get categories. So and then here, okay, so this is the function. So I'm just going to first get the response from, so you're going to fetch using the fetch API, and that is very possible in Next.js right now because of the server. By default, all components and all pages, everything that is inside the app directory is by default server component. Okay, so now I'm just going to say const response. I'm just going to call this one response. Const response is equal to await. So we're just going to wait the fetch. So fetch, and this fetch we put this API endpoint, so it is fetching it from here. Okay, and if you see, we are having this await complaining. Okay, if you hover there, they tell you await expressions are unallowed within async functions and at the top level of modules. So just simply come here and make this function async, just like that, by putting the word async. Okay, so here we are good to go. So now what we want from this function only is to return for us the data. Okay, and the data is in response.json. So you just say return. Okay, want it to return response, okay, .json, just like that. Okay, you can return response.json, or you could even first do a check if the response is not okay. I'm not going to bother you with right now error handling. We will do error handling just a bit after this one. We will make another tutorial for where we are doing on large scale and using even API routes, so that we do the way supposed to do in production. Right now what I want is you guys fetch data and you know how to do that. So the only thing we want from this function is to return for us response.json. Now you could go ahead and save this into like categories. It doesn't matter, by the way. So you say, for instance, const categories. Someone would prefer this. categories is equal to response, and you have to await, of course, this await, and then afterwards then you say return categories. It is the same thing whether you just do this or you do this, it's the same thing. Okay, so this is what we want. And now when we go back to our store here, we can actually get these categories. Okay, so on top here, I'm just going to say const categories is equal to await. Okay, I'm just going to await get categories. Okay, get categories here. And by the way, make sure this is not in a, just like that. And then this is a function, remember this is a function. And since we are putting this await, we have to change this one also to async. Now this wasn't very possible, it could not be even heard of in the Next.js 12 and below, because by default all of them, they were client components. Right now by default they are all server-side components, so this is very much possible in the server side. You can make a page, and whether this one has to be capital P, you can make a page and you can make it async. Okay, I will be explaining as we move on. I'll be explaining some of these things. So right now we are awaiting these categories. So if I just go ahead and I console.log categories, just like that. Now let's just go and visit that page. So here we are on this page. I'm just going to refresh. Only that, I'm just going to refresh, and let's just go to the down here. Okay, so you're seeing I have all my categories. Let me just move this up. I have my categories, you can see them here. Let me just scroll down slowly. So you see I have category 1 of clothes, nouveau, and so many others. Okay, so I'm seeing on my categories they are here. So the question is, where do I put them? Okay, where do I put these categories? So we have them. Okay, we have them here. We can now decide to map through them, and we show these category cards. Okay, so I'm just going to map through them, and I just put the category card. So let me remove all these category cards. I remain with one. So to show that I'm just getting the data, I'm just going to put this, and I say categories, and then I can say dot map. Okay, so when I do a map, I access a category, a single category, and we can now return the card. Okay, we return the card component here. We are returning the card component. Now on this card component, we have to give it a key, and the key is located on category.id. Remember our categories here. If you just check, the first thing they have is they have IDs. I guess I can still find them. You see, the first thing they have on top here is the ID. So we can use the ID. And what is the key? Now for every time you are just looping through, or you are looping through an array, you must give each item in the array a specific ID, or a specific unique key that is going to identify that item in the array. And the array we are referring right now is this categories array. So when we give this key, we are giving a special unique key to each item in this array. So you have to make sure every time you are mapping through anything, you must make sure that the item you are returning here, it has this key. Okay, that is great. So if we now check, we'll have 5. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are they 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are having 6. I guess there's 1. Okay, so it is now looping. It hasn't done anything, but it says there are 6 items in the array. Okay, I thought there were 5. Let's first confirm. I think there are 6. Yes, you can see ID 7. There are 6. Okay, great. So you can see we are now looping. So how do we send the data to this card? Right now we are just simply looping the card. The data is in the category. We don't know how to pass it. So what we do, we get the data and then we pass it to this category. Okay, so here I can just say data, whatever I just need, I can just come here and I send the data. I want to send the data this side of the category card here. Okay, want to send the image, want this thing to come here. So we can send this whole category to come to the category card this side. So here I'm just going to go and say here category. So I'm just going to give it, if you remember very well what we were saying about properties. So the first one we gave it a key. The second I'm just going to give it category is equal to category. Okay, category is equal to category. So this means that we are creating a property called category, or this card must receive a prop called category, and we are giving it data called category. Now if you are confused of the same names, you can just simply name this one data. Okay, this category card, the data that is coming into this card, you can just say understand it in that way, that the data that is coming into this card, this one, the one we need here, this, the images, the titles, the one we need, they are coming in sort of is this whole category. Okay, so if you do this, now we have to receive this data in this category card. So come here and destructure it. We talked about that. So get the data. Okay, now this data you can go ahead, because this data is the one which is having all our properties here we need. So inside here say const and destructure it more. So you can just say in this category I want to destructure more of it. Okay, what we want from it is the ID. So let me get the ID. I want to get, and by the way, these ones I'm just putting here, you must get them from here. Okay, these are the things which are inside the category, so you can just get them from here. The first one is, let me just look properly here. So you see the first one is they have ID, name and image. ID, name and image. So you just go and get the name and then the image, just like that. Those 3 things are the ones we are interested in, and this is equal to data. So we are destructuring this data we are getting here, and we are getting these things out of it. So these are like the properties of the data. If you go inside the data, there this ID, name and other things we do not want. First we want only these 3 ones. So to use them, we are going to use it later. For now we are just going to come here, and where there is category name, I'm just going to put here name, and where there is the image here. Okay, let me first leave the image for a second. We go back. You set the names. Okay, so you can see they have changed. We have clothes, new furniture, shoes, order, and all these. So you have the categories coming very well from the API. Now what I want is to change the images. Now the images, what I wanted to show you is we are going to get an error. Okay, so let me just first put that here. Let me remove this and I put image. So here I'm just going to put image. So I expect an error, so let's just wait. Okay, so you can see the error we are getting. I want you to see this error because it is going to be appearing all the time. So they are saying the error says invalid source prop. In brackets I have put for you the image they are referring to, and they are saying on Next.js image. They are saying host name pics.photos is not configured under images. So Next.js by default protects everything outside, all the host name or other websites which could come into a website, they protect by not allowing them to bring anything into your application. So you have to allow this website to give you the images. Now they normally write this thing host name. So simply copy this part here. They have said host name. Copy this one. Okay, just right click, copy this. Go to your config, and they are telling you is not configured under images in your next.config. So the config file is always there down here. So minimize that. The config file is always down here somewhere, and it is here next.config.js. So when you open right now, you see there is nothing right now in the configurations. Just go inside here and put images. Okay, now the images, what we want from there, just open this. So we want domains, so just write domains, and we want to specify the array of domains. So the first item right now is that. So just do this. Okay, so when you do this, they will automatically shut down your server even if you don't do it. Okay, you see, warning, found change in Next.js config, restarting the server to apply changes. Okay, so just simply say Ctrl C. Okay, just do Ctrl C, stop the server and start it again. And it is Ctrl C, I guess, and even on Mac, you just simply do Ctrl C to stop it and just run again. npm run dev. Okay, let's wait for it to start again. And by the way, when you start, while it is starting, here it has started. If you go back now, we might get another one, because if they are using these people here, if we just go back to our data here, you see images are coming from different places, and you can see it from here. Okay, so if you just like you noticed it, you can see the image here. The first one is coming from pixam.photos, pixam.photos. Others are coming from pixam, and there is one image that comes from placeimage.com. So it's going to give us another second error for this second one, and just simply copy this again. Just simply copy this. Okay, Ctrl C, and go here in your config. Okay, go inside your config file here, put a comma. So you see we made it to be an array because they can be more than one. So put a comma here and just do this. Okay, so this is great. Okay, this is great. So now moving on, now you can just again restart your server. So you can first come here, stop it, Ctrl C. Okay, just stop it, just like that. Run npm run dev, and if you just came here and you do, of course it will show you that it is off. It will first take this off for now, but you see, but as it is running this side, when it gets ready, it is going to get back. Just it takes some second at its loading, and it will just be showing you this side, waiting, compiling, and when it has finished, now it is ready now to show something. Okay, great. So you can see now we have all these images showing up except this one for this category. I don't know why. Okay, but right now we have all our images showing up very well. Okay, so we are done with the categories. Okay, we are done with the categories. So let's fetch the products. So we do the same process. Okay, we do the same process. I'm just going to go to the libs, create here a new file, and I'm just going to create this one as a get products. Okay, .js, get products.js. I'm just going to simply copy this function. Okay, for time purposes, just come here and you can paste this here. So the first thing is to change the endpoint. So come here to this here, click on products. So we want to get the products from this endpoint which says get all products. So copy this endpoint. Okay, just copy this here, and let's go to our get products. First of all, make sure the name of the function is get products. Get products, just like that. Get products, and it's the same as this one. And then here is await fetch, and then you can simply remove this endpoint and put this one. So we are putting the endpoint for fetching the, and then we get also out products. So say products, and then here you can return products, just like so. Okay, so we get the response here, we get the products, and then we return the products. Now this function here is now fetching data from the API. Now we come to our page, and now we can accept it here. I'm just going to say const products is equal to, so we await get products, okay, from the libs folder, and then remember it is a function. Okay, and you can just go ahead and console products, but there are so many. If you go on the products page on this side, they tell you, they give you access to 200 products. We are going to see how to reduce them in the future, just in the near future. So we have the products here. You can go ahead and console them on the console. I am not going to, but anyway, yes, for purposes of curiosity, let's do console them. So I'm console them here, and we should see them now. Okay, just come here on this page, which page? This one, and refresh. Okay, so they must be there now. I just scroll. I'm just going to pull this up. Okay, so you can see the images are here, everything, all the data is here. Okay, so it fetched the products. Now, as we said, it is very good practice that you first copy this endpoint and look at the data how it is, so that you know what you are going to, how you are going to extract that data. Okay, first understand how the data moves. Okay, and you see it has been converted nicely the way you want it, and you see it has an array. It is an array, and inside this array I have this object for the product, and each product, it has a title, it has a price, it has a description, it has images, it has other images. You see, now there is no one image, but there is a list of images in an array, created at, updated at, and it has even its category things here. Okay, so this is good, and some of this information will show it on the detail page. But for now, what we are interested in right now, what you're interested in is the title, price, and the image. Okay, so image, we are going to see how we are going to extract one of the images. We do not want all of them, we just want to return one. Okay, and then also the images are coming from different places. We'll have those errors and we'll fix them. So we have our products right now. The only thing we need is simply to send the data. So come here, the same thing we did up there. We have our products. So I'm just going to remove all this. Okay, I'm just going to remain with one item, and then I'm just going to do a map. So I'll just say products dot map. Okay, and then I will just say I access a product. Okay, and then I'm just going to return. So here, return the product card, just like that. The first thing to give it before you forget is the key. So remember, it has to take the key, which we are getting product.id. Okay, then another thing is the data. This product data we are getting here, we have to send it to this product card. So simply put here space and just say data, and then on this data you can say the data is the product. Okay, just like that, the data is the product, and this is good to go now. So next, what you can do is going to this product card and accept this data. So just go to product card, and inside here just simply accept, just like that. Put here data, and let's first stop this console. It's getting out of hand. I'm just going to go on top here, remove it. Okay, going back to the product card, we have this structured and we have our data. So inside here we can just say const, what do we need? So we extract exactly what we need. First is the ID, okay, is ID, and then on another one is the title. Now where am I seeing these things? If you look at the data here in the console, it has all these things we are talking about. Okay, it has title, price, so we can also get the price. Okay, just put price, ID, title, price, description. Now for now we do not want the description. Okay, for now we don't want the description. What we want right now is the image, and you see it has here a folder of images, not just like an image. Let's go up here to another one, and you can see it has description and it has images. So we want to get images so that we can get one image out of them. So we have images, not image. I am getting it from the data here, an array of them. So after doing this is equal to the data. So this is what we need from the data. So how do we use them? The first is the, of course, the image. So where there is the image here, okay, just simply put images, and we are extracting the first one. So I'm putting images 0 at the, this one is going to get the first image, and then here in all tag just put the title. I always just use the title for search engine optimization. We're going to talk about SEO in details. It will have its own videos, SEO in Next.js, so don't worry about when I talk about SEO. So then we have this product title, which is going to be the title, okay, and then we have this here, this price, which I'm just going to call price. Okay, so we have filled in all the data. Now the ID will use it later. For now, let's just go back to our app. I expect to see some errors. Okay, now they are just on the host name. Just copy this. Okay, I wish they could be bring all of them at once, but it's okay. Just keep be patient and learn. So here in this domains, keep adding. Now there is a way you could add all of them, and but let's just use this method here. So it is going to restart the server, whether you want or not. It will restart. Okay, it will restart even if you don't. So just stop the server and run it again. Okay, okay, the server is saying is ready. I can refresh, so it might give us some other errors for other products. I don't know. Okay, you have to be patient, and this is the only way you can learn. It is by seeing the errors and you understand those errors, and when that error happens all the other time you are seeing it, you know how exactly how to fix it. Okay, so not about just like running away from errors or anything like that. Learning how to see errors and identify how you can fix them, it is the makes you a better developer. So I think we have another one. Okay, we have another one. Okay, and this one is called host name is this one. Just copy this. Okay, Control C, and just come here in the domains. simply put a comma and put it there. And under normal circumstances in the real application, you not have so many issues because you not be getting images from very many places. Normally you will be getting your images, if you are the one who stored those images, you'll be getting them from maybe Cloudinary, or you are getting them from any place you stored them, but they won't be multiple places, so you won't be worrying to be having a lot of arrays. But I'm just trying to show you that if for instance you had this problem, how you can fix it. And another is to show you that it actually takes in an array. Okay, the domains can be many. It doesn't necessarily mean like only one or anything. It can take in an array of so many of them. Okay, let's just refresh. Okay, it is still compiling. Okay, let's see if you have more errors. Okay, let's see if I have more errors. Okay, we have one more. So we have API dot. Okay, so meanwhile, as we are going to load this one, we'll be going to through the just going to add it down here. Okay, so restart like so, and I'm just going to go here in the images and we can look at others. And I think we have covered most of them. They get them from Pixam, but I guess they add in more, since they're like 200, they can be exceeding that. But as you can see here, most of them they come from Pixam photos. Okay, okay, let's just reload again. We see if we have some other issues. We keep on fixing them. Okay, yeah, so just keep seeing those errors and keep fixing them the way I'm fixing them. Okay, until you don't have any errors. Okay, and there is also this one called example.com. Okay, there is this one called example.com. Copy it. Okay, come and put it down here. You know, we have a lot, and it's just because the images are so many. Okay, the images are so many. Let's just come here and actually start the server like so. Just because the images are so many, there are 200. Now if you don't want, there's another API that has less images, which is Fxstore API. Okay, you could just also use this. I will also link the same concept. Actually, for your practice, you can use Fxstore. Okay, there is this called Fxstore API, and it seems like my internet still has some issues. Let me fix that. Okay, we are okay. So you can just go to Fxstore. You can just go to Fxstore, this one under docs, and it also has the same endpoints. You have get all categories, you have, and for it has even a limit. Okay, which is nice. Then you have all these categories. You can also get all categories. Now why I chose this one is because it has one we are going to use for filtering products. Okay, these ones, they don't have actually filter, they are not filtering here anything, but they also have all these endpoints you can try out. Okay, actually they have sort results. Let's first see here. Would they sort? Okay, they don't have, they only have sorting. I wish they had like filtering. We could have used this one, because this one, it has really if you go here, the output, it has really less. They give you less. I think they give you only 20 items. Now on their side, this one, they give you many. They give you 200, and it's also good to see if they don't have the limit, how do we implement the limit. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's read these images here, and they're saying fail to pass sergio.png on Next.js. If you're using relative image, it must use a slash or can be an absolute URL. Why are we using this Sergio image? Because I don't remember having in any way that. And let's first check here in our product card. Okay, make sure everything is okay. Okay. And if that endpoint is disturbing, what we can do is I'm just going to use this one for products, get all products. So let me just switch this endpoint so that we don't have a lot of disturbances. It's just going to do the same thing, don't worry. So here on the endpoint, on get categories, get products, I'm just going to simply change this endpoint here. Just put this one. Okay. Now if you read at the how this data is, just copy this endpoint, come here and fetch. Just put it here. And let's see the structure now. Let's just see the structure so that we can see what to change. Okay. Oh. Maybe it has been internet actually. Okay, before we change our endpoint, let's hope so it is not internet. I'm just going to do this. First leave the other one for a minute and let me confirm with my internet. I don't know why it is disturbing so much now. Okay, I'm sorry for the internet, but we'll be back. Okay. So let's first confirm that the thing is showing. Okay, so but let's just also confirm we don't have we still have the same problem. Let's just reload and see. It might have been internet maybe affecting the images. Let's hope so. So it is here loading. Let's see this side. Is it compiled? Upstream images is still loading, and I would have removed all these errors, but I want you to see for each error how do we handle it. And these are not maybe I just do them live, so you don't need to see all the mistakes. I leave them in the video so that you learn actually from them and how we fix them one by one. It is not just like you're going to be perfect while coding and there are no errors, and the way you normally see most of the YouTubers, there are ever no errors. But if in real sense, when you're doing real fetching of data, you will actually meet a lot of errors. Okay, so let me just, as I've said, let me just switch up and I put this fake API and we'll see if we have some life. Okay, just here, because that image is disturbing, and they are going also to give us so if you just look at the data for the fake for this endpoint we have just used it. Okay, you should not cram any of these steps. Just understand what are we doing. So if you just come and check this data here, you see that now for them they have ID, title, price, so everything remains the way we have. They have category and then they have image, so the image is just directly is okay. You get it? So we have to go and edit where we had images. We simply put image, and I'm just going also to put this fakestore.api.com before it tells us. So if I don't put, they will just tell us to get these images from Fakestore. Actually, we can just leave it and maybe you see it. Okay, I'm just going to go here and I say fakestore.com. you're supposed to, I'm just going to put this one in the config, okay, in the config, so that we also do not, so you can just remove all these ones, but you can just leave them. Let's add this one. Okay, let's just add this one. I'm just going to restart the server meanwhile. And one thing I have to change, after showing you the data how it looks like, okay, here we have the image direct, we don't have images, so when we are extracting in the product card, this is image. Okay, it also have ID, title, price, image, and that means down here we can just simply use image, just like that. Okay, so let's just go back here, and you can see here cannot read properties of undefined. After changing it to image, they cannot find these images. Okay, let's just rerun. I guess now it is compiling here. Okay, let's see now. And this other one gives you 20 products, and I thought we had to put it there, and they say fixstoreapi.com. Okay, let me just copy this one. What did I put? I thought I had to put it in the next config. Just simply put the way they just gave you, just this one, fixstore.com. So restart the server, Control C, and restart the server to run again, and then just wait for a few minutes, and then you're going to be up and running. So after fetching these products, we just finish this episode, and then we'll come, of course, on the next episode. Okay, so we have no errors right now, but what we can see is that we are seeing actually all the data piling in. Wow, so this is really great. Okay, this is really great, and they are looking so nice. Okay, and the prices are there. We can just go and add the dollar. Okay, we can just come here, we just simply add dollar. Okay, we can just add dollar just like that. Okay, otherwise this is really looking nice. The only one thing that we are missing is that we are not having a nice UI. These products are normal circumstances, they don't load like this. So want to put just like a loading spinner, and we are going to start from that in the next episode. Thank you for watching. If you have learned from this video, please make sure you share with your friends, gives it a thumbs up, so that other people can actually learn from the same concepts. Okay, we have done a lot of things, and I'm just going to see you in the next video, where we work on the detailed page for all these things. Okay, thank you so much. Let us see you in the next video.